Alright man, so what is up guys, Airball here and I'm back with another video. And this is going to be a video about the return of 6'10" ISO builds on NBA 2K26. Now obviously we don't have 2K26 yet, but the build is going to be very similar, so we're just going to lab up a few builds on NBA 2K25. But I'm not going to lie, 6'10s with the new badge system, with the new badge perks and all that, and the fact that, bigs might actually be able to get some good dribble animations, you know what I'm saying, they might be pretty crazy. So the first build I'm going to show you guys is kind of a Giannis type of build that's pretty strong, can rebound, can defend really well, can defend at the perimeter, interior, can defend really the whole court, but can also get the contact dunks and can shoot the ball as well. So starting off with the finishing here, we're going to have an 80 on the driving layup, which will get us physical finisher on silver. Alright, we're going to have an 88 on the driving dunk, and what you want to do is you want to put cap breakers on your driving dunk to get it up to a 93. A 93 driving dunk will get you gold posterizer. Alright, so I'm just going to go with that. The standing dunk is a 60. Alright, because that's going to be tied in the vertical. And then post control is going to be a 53. Now moving on to the shooting, we're going to have an 80 on the mid-range and a 76 on the three-pointer. Now shooting next year shouldn't really be too much of a problem, especially with the max plus 2 and max plus 1s. You can put your set shot all the way up there. So you could, have a 76 3 ball, but have Hall of Fame set shot specialist, and I think that'll be very, very successful. So honestly, I wouldn't be too worried about the shooting ratings. I think if you find a good jump shot, you should be able to shoot pretty consistently. Now moving on to playmaking, ball handling is gonna be 78, speed with ball is 68, so you get lightning launch on bronze. Pass accuracy is gonna be low, it's gonna be 55, but we need to make room for other attributes on this build. So 55, if you get bronze diamond, that's completely fine. The interior is going to be a 77. The perimeter is going to be an 82. Now, 82 perimeter will get us silver challenger. Alright, so silver challenger will be nice to be able to defend people on the perimeter. You can defend, bigs trying to shoot over you and things like that. So, yeah, especially having the max wingspan, too. Having a solid perimeter will also help out a lot with getting contested on shots. Now, the steal is going to be a 79. We can't get 85 because we're 6'10". So we need to go with 79. We'll get that silver glove, and that'll be completely fine. The block is going to be an 88. An 88 block will get you gold high flying denier. We just got to upgrade the vertical, but we'll be able to get gold high flying denier. And if you get another +5 cap breaker, you can use those on block to get that up to 93. And that way you'll be able to get paint patroller on gold. So that's something that I would definitely consider doing, especially if you get a lot of cap breakers. The offensive rebound is going to be 75. Defensive rebound is going to be a 91. And I would probably use another +5 cap breaker to get it up to a 96. So 15 cap breakers. First thing I'd probably do is get the driving dunk up there. Second thing, probably the rebound. And third, the block. Now, you don't really need, if you're not going to get any cap breakers and you know that, I would just keep the block at 88. Maybe put rebounding to 92 to get gold rebound chaser. But with 5 cap breakers and 96 rebound, you'll be able to get Hall of Fame. So that's what I would do. The speed is going to be pretty nice at a 78, 73 agility, with an 83 strength. So 83 strength will get us gold box out as well as silver brick wall. So, it's pretty solid. We'll get gold strong handle. We can't really get 84 strength because, as you guys can see, if we try to get 84 strength, we lose out on the 82 perimeter. And me personally, I want that 82 perimeter to get that silver challenger. The vertical is going to be an 80, and that's going to do it for the build. So we get gold high flying denier, like I said. And we get a lot of good badges for this build. Now, for the build specialization, I would probably choose, it's tough to say honestly, but I would probably choose finishing for this one. I think finishing or shooting would be really good. Finishing, you get max +2, you have 93 driving dunk, you can get legend poster, you get a max +1, you can get gold physical finisher. The shooting, max +2s, you can use set shot specialist. Tier 2, max +2, you can use lightning launch to get up to gold. That's going to be pretty crazy. And then your max +1, tier 1, it doesn't really matter, I would say, but probably rebound chaser, get it to legend. If you do get Hall of Fame rebound chaser with your cap breakers, and then your max +1 tier 2 probably on high flying denier. But this is what the build is looking like. Very, very solid kind of Giannis build that can shoot the ball, can get contacts. But this next build is going to be our Kevin Durant build, And this is probably my favorite out of the two, I think, but this is the name and inside the arc shot creator. Not that bad, but let's move on to the next build. So like I said, the next build that I have for you guys is a 6'10" Kevin Durant build. We are focusing on 6'10s in this video, so we're just going to continue. We're going to go power forward for the position, 6'10". The weight is going to be a little bit low. We're going to be 217, and the wingspan is going to be 7'3". Now, in the past 2Ks, especially in this 2K, a lot of people were making the Kevin Durant builds with, lower wingspans to get the best possible shooting ratings, which I understand. But in this game, shooting is going to be a lot easier, especially with your, no RNG. You're going to have a max +2, meaning you can get Hall of Fame set shot without having the shooting ratings. So 7'3" wingspan to kind of replicate the KD long arms and stuff like that, I think is going to be very useful. It's going to be useful for defense and things like that, and really, like I said, just to make it feel a little bit more real. And we'll still get some pretty good badges, you guys will see. So without further ado, we should get to the finishing. It'll be an 82 for the close shot. We'll have an 88 on the driving layup, and this will get us a gold float game. And if you want to, you can get +5 cap breakers and get 93 driving layup, which will get us layup mixmaster on gold. We'll get an 89 on the driving dunk, which will get us posterizer on silver, and we get the pro contact dunks off 1, which will be very, very solid. And again, you can use cap breakers on the driving dunk too to get up to 93. And we also have an 87 on the post control, which is something that I really like on this build because we'll be able to get post fade phenom. We'll get post up poet on gold and silver on the unpluckable. So yeah, the post is looking really good. In general, the finishing is just very, very well rounded and solid on this build. But moving on to the shooting, we're going to max out the mid range, max out the 3-ball. Obviously, you want to get the highest possible shooting ratings while still playing like Kevin Durant. We're going to have gold post fade phenom. We're going to have silver set shot, which I know you can get gold at 89, but you'd have to put the wingspan down too. And honestly, I feel like that's not really that worth it because, like I said earlier, shooting is going to be very, very easy. So honestly, I'll just go with 87 and just call it a day. Now the pass accuracy is going to be a 65. We get the bronze break starter. We're going to have a 78 on the ball handle, and then we're going to go ahead and put the speed of the ball up to a 68 to get bronze lightning launch, which, like I did in the last build, I would probably put your max +2s on the lightning launch badge to get gold, and that should be very, very interesting when it comes to dribbling, especially if you know how to dribble. I think that could be very, very effective. Interior is going to be 74. The perimeter is going to be at an 82. Steal is going to be a 73 to get the interceptor on silver. Block is going to be a 78, so we get high flying denier on silver. Offensive rebounding is going to be an 80, and then the defensive rebounding is going to be a 68. Now with 80 offensive rebound, we get silver rebound chaser. So, I mean, you're 6'10", so you might as well be able to grab rebounds, so that's what I'm going to do there. The speed, 79, agility, max that out. We're going to have a 75 on the strength, and then have a 78 on the vertical. And that way, like I said before, we can get the pro contact dunks off 1. The reason for going with 75 strength is so if we get cap breakers to get a 93 driving layup, we can also get gold physical finisher. So, I mean, yeah, in terms of cap breakers, you're going to have +5 on driving layup probably. Even though you don't need it, it would be effective. +6, so +4 on driving dunk, and then +2 on vertical. That way we can get the gold posterizer badge. And in terms of build specialization, I would use it on shooting. Get your max +2 to set shot, get it to Hall of Fame. And then your max +1 on either Deadeye or Shifty Shooter. And then your tier 1 max +2, I would probably put it on posterizer. And then your tier 2 max +2, you can put it on layup mixmaster. You will have 93 driving layup after the cap breakers. You can get that up to legend. If you have cap breakers for 93 driving dunk, you can max +2 that. You get legend posterizer. So yeah, I mean, combining that with having Hall of Fame shooting as well is going to be really, really good. Max +1, tier 2, probably put on lightning launch, or you can put on layup mixmaster. It's really up to you. And then max +1, tier 1, you can put it, either on Deadeye or Shifty. Maybe you want to put it on, rebound chaser 2 or box out beast. That would be pretty effective as well. But this build is looking nasty, bro. I'm not going to lie. This 6'10" build, 6'10s might be back. Obviously, we don't know how accurate the build is going to be. compared to this, but I'm going to say it's going to be pretty damn close, and you're going to be able to make a very, very good Kevin Durant build. And a balanced two-way threat is the name, so not a bad name either, but I'm expecting to get a lot better names on NBA 2K26. We'll just have to wait and see. But that's going to do it for the video. If you guys liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to start posting more on this channel, so make sure to stay tuned for the uploads. But yeah, this is Airball. Peace.